How are we there, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Smashing Crossbar Podcast. I'm your host, Josh. Benny, as always. Give us a shout out and let us know you guys can hear us. That'd be muchly appreciated. Obviously, had to reset fucking everything, so if you can hear us, happy days. If you can't, well, let us know and we'll try and sort that out. But how are you, Benny? Lockdown 6.0.
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Just like every other lockdown, it's no different for me. I still have to get my ass up and drag my ass to work.
Absolutely, the joys.
Although, the funny thing is, as mentioned, as people would have seen in the news, Melton has its very first, the Australian-only drive-through clinic, which opened bookings today at 9 a.m. I went to book one at 10 past 12 to get myself the fucking jab, and I can't get an appointment for over a month.
Ouch. That's a bit steep. Better start booking now then. Friggin' if you booked at lunchtime, we probably won't be able to get into Christmas.
Waiting's are going.
Bloody hell.
Mind you, they're on everybody's back. Let's go get vaccinated. Everybody get vaccinated, and you go to book one and you can't fucking get one.
It makes you wonder though, like realistically, if you've booked now and obviously it's told you that you can't get until the 10th of September, obviously they've got a
you can't book a date after the 10th of September.
Which is sort of weird, but that's weird in itself. But the fact that they've given you the 10th of September obviously means that they're only allocating X amount of people there a day.
They're only allocating X amount of people per day per time slot, but I think it's more that they've gone to that certain date because they've worked out the numbers and that's when they're going to run out of axes.
Yeah, well, I know that they've only got the, is it the visor this week or whatever it is, trialing, and then next week they'll bring in the other shit.
They'll bring in the AZ for everyone.
For everyone else. So, obviously, I guess they're not going to go too nuts with it at the moment. They'll wait a week.
Well, I don't want the AZ. Word on the street is that we're getting another shipment of Pfizer, but it's not due till October.
You be. Friggin' fun times. But anyway, that's another topic. Another COVID scenario. All the Newcastle people in the chat, all our friggin' local guests, our Luke Sports Gaming, Matty Aldridge, Lockie Marr, Chris Russell, all the boys and girls. How's lockdown 1.0 for you guys? What? Newcastle is in lockdown. Who would have friggin' thought 12 months ago that you guys would have been the beautiful friggin' place to be on earth? The one place everyone wants to live is finally being struck down with COVID.
Now, I spoke to Luke about this, and I said to him as well, you guys did fucking amazing to stay away from Sydney as long as you could.
100%.
They did amazingly well, because when people in Sydney want to get the fuck out of Sydney, where's the first place they go to run away?
Yeah, exactly.
Hunter Valley.
Yep.
The Hunter.
Absolutely. Why am I hearing you twice in my ears? It's freaking.
I don't know. What are you touched? What are you broken?
No, nothing. Sometimes it comes through one ear, the next minute it's loud in both. It's all sorts.
That's your headphone cord, mate.
Yeah, probably.
Done. What lockdown? Nothing changed for me. We're in the same boat as you, Matty.
That's it. Another
We
day.
still have to get up and drag our asses to work. The funny thing is that they put a 5-kilometre radius on us, and you're not even without that, they turn around and say, but you're not allowed to have people in your house. So here's the thing. I can't go to my dad's house and have a coffee with him with just me and him exposed to each other, but I can go to a pub with 198 other people who I don't know where they've been and have a beer with him.
Why not?
But hey, if I wanted to be in politics, I would have done so 10 years ago.
Absolutely. So pretty well on tonight's show, guys, we are going to obviously talk about the elephants. That's right, plural, elephants in the room. The big money movers, obviously Messi now having to frigging pack up his shit and finally find another club. Grealish finally getting the deal done over the line. Big money, richest friggin' player in England, biggest transfer in English history, etc. Two big money movers. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about, obviously, the fixtures coming up. We'll talk about the championship. How good was it to watch the championship on the weekend? Happy days. Friggin' pretty well the biggest friggin' competition, the biggest league in friggin' world football as far as we're concerned, anyway. European football as a whole is back, obviously, all around the world, which is fantastic. Friggin' we'll talk about, what was I going to say? What else were we talking about? Friggin', obviously, we'll get your thoughts on, obviously, who you think's going to finish where in the Premier League. I'm going to give mine anyway. Friggin' a full list from top to bottom.
I haven't even looked yet.
A week out, and we're going to friggin' do it tonight. Friggin' a week out, and we're going to see put down roughly our friggin' from top to bottom or bottom to top, whichever way we do it, over the Premier League. Who's going to get relegated, etc. So that's going to happen. If you guys haven't seen it already, Crossbar Capers is going to run a EPL tipping comp on ESPN on the ESPN website. Ben's going to whack it down there for us right now. Well done, mate. Click on it, get your friends involved and stuff like that. There's no prizes or anything like that. Just a big congratulations. You're a clever dick if you win it. But other than that, friggin' feel free, get involved, share it around, get your mates in it, bet amongst yourselves if you'd like.
I'll join it, and I'll tell you right now, my prediction, I'll finish bottom.
Yeah, probably.
I'll call it right now.
Probably.
So you guys can't come to me in 12 months and go, oh, I'm better than that Ben bloke from Crossbar Capers. He don't know what the fuck he's on about. No. You know what the difference is? I just don't care.
See, the biggest problem with, and this is why I don't really go in these sort of competitions, because I bet...
It's not my league.
I bet with my heart instead of my head, and that friggin' loses out every time. So it's like not simply the fact that, I bet Liverpool every week, so I don't do that. But I bet the thing too strategically. I analyse the game way too much.
You overanalyse, you think too much.
Way too much. I friggin' think 5 games behind. They've played last 5 games and they've won 3 and such is out and everything else, where I should just look at it and just go, fucking
to be
Toffees
fair,
are shit.
I say that because I don't follow it like I follow the championship. I follow the championship because that's where my club is. Yeah,
correct. I'll probably forget to vote. Every week I'll put it down here and shit like that, and on the Facebook page, freaking getting them.
Yeah, I'd probably forget to freaking tip. I'd probably get the first 5 weeks and then completely forget.
I do. Ask the Western United lads from friggin' the All Out West podcast. I would have won that friggin' A-League tipping comp if I'd friggin' remembered to put all my tips in. Just saying. No, I probably wouldn't have, but I definitely fell off the wagon there once COVID sort of really struck us down in that second period, so I just forgot about everything else. But yeah, other than that, we'll talk about obviously the Aussie coaches at the moment. Freaking, you can't go past Ange and obviously Kevin Muscat picking up their first victories overseas. Freaking 2 outstanding results. I watched Kevin Muscat in his first game. Freaking played all right.
They all play like Kevin Muscat.
No, not really.
From what I saw.
Not
well,
really.
At least Marcos Jr. did.
Not really. Friggin', if you've ever watched friggin' Kevin Muscat coach friggin' these days, friggin' he plays like Ange Postecoglou. It was the same lineup as Ange friggin' set up. It was the same friggin' formation. It was the same starting 11. It was the same friggin' structure. It was the same results. Friggin' everything down to a T, from Melbourne victory now to friggin' Yokohama. Friggin' won't happen at Celtic. I don't think Muscat will get a job at Celtic, but I think he'll have to win a few friggin' championships in Japan to get that.
Japan before he's even considered.
Yeah. Talk about controversial topics too. Absolutely. But yeah, so
We spoke about COVID.
Yeah, spoke about COVID, exactly. But anyway,
we were talking about Birmingham's win over Sheffield United.
Oh,
that was controversial as all fuck. Because we actually fucking did it.
All sorts happening. But yeah, so friggin' we may as well talk about obviously the 2 major things that have happened in the coming days. Obviously, Grealish to City is probably the biggest one over Messi. The simple fact
I'll put my biases aside when we talk about that.
No. As I said, you take the whole Villa side of it out of it and shit like that.
I'm going to put all my biases aside.
Grealish to City. Let's be honest. May as well start from the very, very beginning in regards to obviously the transfer fee. I think City paid about $70 million too much, in my opinion. Not for the fact that he's a Villa player or whatever. That's just him as a player in general. Wouldn't have mattered where he was playing. I think they've really gone out of this world for that. to get him for that price.
And there's a reason behind that. And the reason I say that is because as much as I don't like him, and as much as I don't like the Villa, like I said, I'm going to put all my biases aside. And I was talking to Luke about this on stream last night. Here's how I see it. After watching their CEO's or managing director or whatever he is, he did a video to the fans about what that deal was, what the contract situation was, and what they did and what happened and everything. Right? Let's start with the easy question. Is 100 million too much for Grealish? Yes. Why is that the case? So there, we need to rewind back a bit. And it comes down to contracts and release clauses in contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Release clauses are set in contracts for two reasons. One, they are a legitimate and general release clause, which is generally above the odds by a couple of million of what a player is worth. So that the club that's setting that release clause is making a return on their investment. Which is fair enough, right? There's a lot of clubs that do it right. Then you've got Grealish's case, and in a lot of cases, a lot of big stars, like your Messis, your Ronaldos, and all that. You have those sort of release clauses, which are purposely stupid to detract other clubs from thinking that they cannot afford said player, or a stupid amount, in Jack Grealish's case, 100 million, because he's more valuable to Villa as a person than what he is to City. So, and he explained this in his video, is that you've got to remember as well, it's not the agent or the player that sets the release clause, it's the board of directors of the club that they are at. Right? So, Grealish doesn't get a hand in what he wants as a release clause. He can put his hand up and say, maybe a bit more, or maybe a bit less, but the board of directors have the final say. In Grealish's case, and this is what their CEO explained, it was a purposely stupid amount.
100 million.
It was for two reasons. One, to detract potential buyers from taking him away from the club. Yeah. Two, it was used on a base value on what he is worth to Villa, not what he is worth to a City or a PSG or a Brighton Hove Albion or whoever it may be. He also said that there were numerous offers that did come in for Grealish throughout the Euros and after the Euros that were well below that release clause. Personally speaking, I would value Grealish anywhere between 30 and 40 million. And that's being generous. If you look at Villa paying 25 million for Ings, with Grealish's possible potential, his age, and his relative experience, I would say a fair amount would be between 30 and 40 million. In saying that, setting a release clause at 100 million, Villa were 99.8% fucking sure that nobody in their right mind would pay that. Because they'd look at it and go, he's not worth that, that's fucking stupid. That's exactly why they set it at that amount for him. They knew damn well that he's not worth that.
But
they knew that he was well under that.
Yeah, but the biggest thing was...
there are some stupid clubs in the world that have got more money than sense.
Yeah, but that's where Villa was smart, though, because as he also said in that statement, Grealish said that he would only leave for one reason.
For one reason, that's right.
Championship football. Championship football.
Champions League football.
What's
That
the
was
one
the
team?
only reason.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only stipulation that, according to that he
That's
made.
right.
If a Champions League club comes in for me, you cannot stand in my way.
Wait.
So any
Which is
club,
fair enough.
So any club in their right mind would be like, okay, is that it? And he's gone, yeah. If a Champions League club comes in for me, I want you to not stand in my way and me be able to speak to them about a freaking thingo. They've gone, no problem, that's fine, we'll sign that, but we're going to stick 100 million freaking price tag on your head. Why? Because if they're a champion, because if the only stipulation you want is a Champions League club to come in, what teams are in the Champions League? Money hungry sides, expensive sides, rich sides, mostly, right? Top level ones who are going to win the league, win the Champions League, right? So they've gone easy done. That's fine. We'll slap the 100 million on your head, and the teams that are obviously going to come in and pay for that are clearly Champions League winning sides, and it's a win-win. You get what you want. If someone comes in for you, you can talk to them, and we get what we want.
It's almost like that Grealish had a gentleman's agreement with the
It was.
There's a couple of other factors to this as well.
It was.
You've got to remember, Grealish has been at Villa since the age of 9. He is also a Villa supporter, a Villa faithful.
Yeah.
Right?
He also
And
single-handedly
anybody that knows
carried them.
anything about the Second City derby will know that means more than a lot of other derbies around the world. Right? That's one thing. Second of all, you are half there on the stipulation. The other stipulation is that he would be allowed to leave for a Champions League side as long as Villa were not in European contention as well.
Yeah, and heavily compensated.
Right? That's right.
They weren't going to go, even if the 100
The other
million
side
came
of the
through.
coin is as well, as you said, they're going to be money-hungry sides. Yes. In saying that, though, they have to be money-hungry and stupid. Because you have money sides, like Dortmund, but Dortmund are smart enough to go, no, he's not worth that, and we're not going to pay it. That's your other side.
Yeah.
His only realistic choices would have been Barcelona, and good luck with that. Would have been, who else is stupid enough to sink that sort of money? PSG. And they won't, because they've got their eyes all over Messi, which we'll discuss later.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty it's a no-brainer.
And City. That's it.
Well, yeah, in the realistic ones that are dumb enough to do it, absolutely.
Yeah.
Manchester
That
United
have got the chops. and you've also got to remember as well, it's all well and good that they've done this. But I can tell you right now, by making this deal, it's going to come back to bite City in the ass.
I found it funny.
Why? Because our good friend Financial Fair Play is going to be looming over it in a year and a half's time.
Yeah, probably not. City is smart about that, though, where they freaking get rid of all their shit when they need to get rid of it.
Yeah, but you got to remember as well.
Sorry, Luke.
Their next Financial Fair Play is going to be balanced on a one whole season that was entirely COVID hit, where they couldn't get incoming money from ticket sales because they can't fill the stadium because of lockdowns.
Yeah.
So that's all going to reflect in their Financial Fair Play. Their Financial Fair Play is going to be at least half of what it would be on a standard one, because they've spent a whole season not being able to fill us a stadium. You're going to remember, that's what, 60, 70 pound a ticket per seat?
Yep.
How big's the stadium? You multiply that over how many 38 games in a season, not including European games. That's a lot of money.
It's interesting to see.
And it's always the same way. It's their outgoings need to be balanced with their incomings. Paying 100 million for a player like that, of that caliber, in a financially strapped 2-year Financial Fair Play time period, that's going to hurt them. They're really going to have to get something out of him. Or, this to me looks like this. If they've bought him, they need to win the next Champions League. They need that money to balance out their financial fair play. Otherwise, they're going to have to loan him out and then get as much back on that deal as humanly possible.
But that's the problem, though. That's the thing with City is that you just, like, that is what you said just then. Like the loaning system, City's loaning system is that good. That's why they don't get into a lot of trouble money wise, because they hold on to them until they absolutely have to get rid of them. So when financial fair play starts to kick in, it starts to loom. They're going right.
They start making cuts.
There's no way Azani would be still on their books. You know what I mean? If that was coming. Right?
Yeah, Azani's small.
He's still, but it's still dollars, and he's won.
Yeah,
he's
right.
one of over 100 on loan, out on loan. Like, so that's one of 100. That's big money to friggin' start throwing around. But at the end of the day, I stayed up. I watched the fucking Community Shield purely to see how many minutes he'd get and watch him. He looked lost. He come on in like the 63rd minute or something, and he looked lost. It was like, whoa, what the fuck have I done? Like, it wouldn't have been like that, but it was just, I'm not in Villa anymore. You know, like...
Yeah. We're not in Kansas anymore.
This is...
We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
You've single-handedly gone from friggin' Villa where you've literally carried the side. Like, no questions asked. Is Grealish a good player? Absolutely. Is he a Messi, a Ronaldo, a freaking a big name number 10, a Lukaku, a Hazard, or something like that? No, I don't think so. He's
still got a long way to go.
You know, Coutinho's and stuff like that. But are they to Grealish in the other way where he single-handedly carried that side? He got them promoted. He kept them in the friggin' Premier League. He'd done that all on his own. There was no help. And that's fact. Purely because if you go through and you look at friggin' Villa's movements in the last friggin' week, right? They've let what? Hamidi has been released. Neil Taylor has been released. Heaton's gone to United, which was money. But Lewis Brunt, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 blokes out of that squad have been released. They haven't been signed by anybody, but they've just let them go. You know what I mean? Like, they've just gone, get out of the club. You've done nothing.
Got a balance.
That's it. Like, for me, Villa's sign. You want to talk about signings and friggin' good signings and shit like that. Letting friggin' Indiana Vasiljev go to Inter Miami is a big move, right? Yeah. That was a great move. 1 for friggin' Miami, but 2 for him because he's now going to get friggin' great game time, and I reckon he's a gun. Friggin' Kalinic. I think it's Kalinic. I think he went to friggin' Split.
Oh, Kalinic.
Kalinic. Yeah, I think he's gone to friggin' Hosdog. So,
he's gone to Arju.
Good signings for those guys to get game time. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. City worry me every year. With what they do, I think the fact that Sterling is still there amazes me. Just fathoms me because I think he's just done. I think not his career. Not his career. I just think
after his performance in the Euros. I'd offer him a 2-year deal.
Yeah, but I'm not saying he's done. I'm not saying him as a player. He's done, but his City career is done.
I was about to say, that's what I mean. He's done at City.
He's done. Like he's nothing. He's just getting nothing out of it. He's getting bored, and you can tell that by his game. His game is just boring.
All over the shop.
They got beat by Leicester City. I don't give a fuck what City. If you're a City fan, right? It was only a friendly technically and shit like that, la la la. Or friggin',
a game's a game.
We were resting
the money you're
players.
throwing around, you should be able to kill him with your academy team.
Leicester City beat them 1-0, and 5 of Leicester City's big-name players, didn't play. But that wasn't by choice. They're fucking injured.
Yeah.
Like, freaking, there was no... Guarantee you, if they were 100% fit, it would have been more than 1-0. They would have dominated that game. It would have been 3 or 4-0. It would have been embarrassing. Because they looked so good. They dominated for 90 minutes. And if they had their whole squad, it wouldn't have been 1-0. Friggin' Rangers. Rodgers would have friggin' come out of that and friggin' at halftime, I guarantee it, and just went, just sit back.
Park it.
Just sit back. We're not here to friggin'... Don't need to score 6. Yeah? First bit of silverware's coming our way. They're not going to get anywhere near it. And Grealish came on and he just looked bang average. Granted, you can't friggin' sit there and go, that's what we're going to see all season. You got to think he's probably had, 3 weeks holiday? Maybe. Between the end of the season, then friggin' the Euros and coming back. Like, do you even call that a holiday? Considering obviously...
He hasn't had a break. He hasn't had a break.
Yeah, there's no way he's had a break. Friggin', he come back from the Euros and his head's still in friggin', city mode. Fuck, come on. Transfer. Friggin', so he's never really had a break and shit like that, which a lot of the teams are going to be like that. So, you can't take that game as that's what we're going to see from City, because they'll be at the top end. There's no fucking question about it. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Grealish has signed there. He's gone big dollars. You add Grealish to obviously a City side that friggin', let's be honest, are no joke. They've only friggin' signed friggin' Scotty Carson, the legend, on your son. Hey. I can have me fun. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest excitement fucking Derby's had. Friggin', we were lucky to have 11 blokes on the pitch on fucking Saturday.
Yeah, I read that. I did read that. Yeah, but you said then you go and sign 4 in 24 hours.
That's because friggin' Rudy's he's a master man, mate. He slept in the friggin' bloody office for 2 nights.
Those deals were all done. It was just waiting for Mel Morris to prove to the EFL that he had the cash to finance the rest of the season before they went through. I did read that article.
Yeah. So they've only signed friggin' Scotty Carson and obviously Grealish. Let's be honest, they've spent a shitload. Sergio Aguero's obviously left. How long he'll spend at Barcelona, I've got no idea, because he wants to get out already. He's gone, hold on, hang on, I come here to friggin' play with Messi. This is bullshit. I want out. Obviously, Garcia as well went to Barcelona, I think. Molden went to Wolves. What else? There's a couple of good ones in there. Jack Harrison to friggin' Leeds. Leeds would be friggin' frothing at the mouth for that. Friggin' great player. But,
Lucas Nementia.
Yeah. Obviously, and that's fantastic. Fantastic. He's gone to Wolfsburg, hasn't he? Friggin' Lucas.
Yeah.
Yes, but, so friggin', again, they've let some good players go, but friggin', quality in itself. All the quality players are still there, so it is what it is. But anyway, we go from one friggin' massive money signing to friggin' the other scale of money signings. Friggin' $1 million plus a year, etc. He's a good young player. Yeah. Obviously, we talk about friggin' Lionel Messi, who 6 days ago friggin' was geared up to play his friggin' first game for Barcelona. Friggin', let's take a minute and friggin' think about the fact that friggin' Matty Ryan only went to friggin' bloody Spain to play Messi, surely. He could have gone anywhere in the world. His first opening match of the season would have been against friggin' Lionel Messi, and now he's gone. So friggin' Ryan's just sitting there going, oh, man of the match performance coming up here, lads.
And while Messi's standing there on the sideline going, "Letter players!"
Don't be stupid, mate. He was freaking crying like a baby. He had like 5 different bloody freaking tissue packs fucking lying in his pocket.
Yeah, I've seen it.
But
it's the realistic climate, and I made mention of this in my stream last night as well. We all know Barcelona as the Spanish powerhouse. Hi, Benno, friggin' Josh. Welcome, dudes. But
you newbie.
Problem is, Barcelona have now come out and said that they can't afford Messi. Realistically, they cannot afford him. Right?
That was with him taking a pay cut too, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. No one's going to be able to give Messi anything close to what he was on. Messi's going to have to take a pay cut no matter where he goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's no one, there is no one, no team in this world, again, that could officially sign him, pay him what he was getting paid at Barcelona, and meet financial fair play regulation. It can't be done.
Well, it's funny because you think about it, right? And friggin', I was talking to friggin' one of the guys yesterday about it, and I'm like, if he goes to PSG, because obviously, right, that's obviously the talk at the moment. Shit, like it's not a done deal, but friggin', you know, they've fucking everyone's found like photo.
Logically, they're the only team in the world that could realistically afford him.
But are they really?
Afford him.
Are they really?
Afford him to a reasonable wage.
But again, are they really? They've just secured friggin'... Could you imagine that? Right? You've got friggin' Messi, Neymar, and friggin' Mbappe, who is meant to be the next fucking Messi, all in the front line. And then you obviously you friggin' go through the rest of the squad. Like, fuck. They couldn't keep bloody, what's his name? The Spanish keeper.
Cock up in the Champions League.
The Spanish keeper. Who was it? The
Keylor Navas.
No, freaking... Who's the young bloke from Spain? Or whatever it was. Who's freaking just been... Donnarumma?
Oh, Donnarumma.
It's
Italian, mate.
Well, Italian, sorry. They've signed him and fucking he couldn't... And they had to send him out on loan. Like... How is it possible? There's no way. Di Maria. He's on friggin' 850 grand a week. Like... It just fathoms me. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. Nobody can afford him. Realistically. I tell you who can afford him. Lower league sides. Like, lower Champions League sides. You know, your mediocre sides. Why? Because they haven't got superstars. And that's probably why they've got money.
But again, they still need to be able to prove that they can A, fund the club, and B, their outgoings need to match their incomings.
Alright, Liverpool will do you a favour. We'll take Mbappe off your hands and we'll free up some cash for you and you can fucking take Messi. How's that?
But again, the best way to explain, and going back to it, the Barcelona thing and why they can't afford him. Tifo Football did a video 2 months ago on what's really going on financially at Barcelona. You've got to remember, Barcelona are a publicly traded company, right? They're listed on the exchange, which means all their financial records is up for grabs for anybody to see.
Mm-hmm.
They have to, as a publicly traded company, they have to provide that information, right? Standard rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
TiVo Football got their hands on that because, of course, it's available to everybody.
Yeah.
And they broke it down in a video just how bad Barcelona's finances are at the moment. Barcelona, if they are not smart with their money over the next 2 years, there won't be a Barcelona.
Correct.
That's how bad it is.
It's almost like they've got to go.
Why? Because they've got all these players, they won all this money, they had all this income, so they put them on massive contracts, and guess what? We get hit by fucking COVID, they lose, 2/3 of their revenue because of the Bernabeu, Camp Nou. They can't put people in it.
Mm.
Same reason for City. They can't put people in the Camp Nou. That's 2/3 of their revenue.
The biggest problem is with
They
City.
broke it down. It is quite literally 2/3 of their revenue.
Yeah.
Incoming. That's including merchandising, sponsorships, everything. Their gate receipts is 2/3 their income.
Yeah.
You can't pay your players' wages on 1/3 of your income. So what do? They go to the bank they get a loan. Bank loan's high interest. So they get a loan for that month to pay the staff, to pay the wages. You could also remember as well, they're still forking out to expand the Camp Nou, so that's costing them a pretty penny as well. That's also something that's killing them. So then they go the month. That's fine. The players are paid. That's all well and good. But a month goes by. They're still not getting that revenue in. So what do they do at the end of the month when they go, oh shit, we don't have the money to pay the players and staff again? They go back to the bank, get another loan to pay the players and staff again. They've been doing that for 18 months.
Yeah, I think it's been a lot. I think it's been a long before that. Like COVID, obviously fucked them big time. But you can see the wheels just slowly starting to wind
Barcelona's
down.
biggest problem, the biggest problem with their finances right now is that they are a victim of their own success.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
100%.
And financial mismanagement.
Well, yeah.
Gross financial mismanagement. Yeah. Again, I implore you, don't take my word for it. Go watch Tifo Football's video on it. It breaks it down to like the split of like the incoming and outgoing revenue. It is so detailed, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
If they are not smart, if Joan Laporte is not smart in the next 12 months financially, and if even at that point, even if he is smart, there are still some loans that he needs to go back to the bank to go and speak to them about renegotiating terms to extend them.
They still owe us money.
Because they can't pay them.
Yeah.
So he has to go back, renegotiate terms with the bank. I think that's to do with the loan that they've got for expanding the stadium.
Which they put on hold.
If they don't manage to work out a deal there, and basically halve their outgoings at the bare minimum, there will not be a Barcelona in 2 years' time.
But the biggest thing I think as well is if you look at it, the biggest problem with Barcelona is, and they're not the only one. You know, they're definitely not the only one. I think AC Milan is another friggin' situation.
Yeah,
Inter
are in a bit of a financial mess at the moment as well. That's why they're looking at selling Lukaku.
Friggin' but this is again, I'm not talking just COVID scenarios. I'm talking before COVID, pre-COVID, where the biggest
is that the thing, is it, Luke?
Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, so these clubs are obviously in a situation where, you know, they've just instantly gone, we've got the money to buy success, right? Which is fantastic if you've got it, right? That's, yeah, that one there.
Yeah, $1.3 billion of debt they're in.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, so friggin' obviously, if you break it down where it's like Barcelona are in this situation where they've won trophies, they've won, you know, all these titles, etc. And then you think about it, there was nothing coming through, right? That's the biggest thing you can think about. If a club has to, like Barcelona or whatever, or whoever it may be, has to go in and spend $100 million on Coutinho, 100 million, you know, X amount of millions of dollars over the last 20 years of Messi's career, friggin', etc., 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 and they're not producing the youth talent to friggin' do half the job for them. That's the biggest problem in itself, right?
Yeah.
When you've got clubs like friggin', you know, your Dortmunds and obviously Juventus and stuff like that, they're not winning every season, right? They're not, but they're not in a financial situation where they're friggin' struggling or whatever. They can bring in top-rated players if they like, but they're not bringing in 5 or 6. They're bringing in 1 or 2. You know,
yeah.
The year they signed Ronaldo, they bought no one else. Who had money. You know, they bought friggin' Ramsey, I think, and friggin' he cost them like £20 million. There's nothing. And he's probably worth more than that, but friggin' to get out of there and friggin' go play at another club, friggin' he would, I'll take it, see you later, let's get the fuck out of here, let's get out of Arsenal, we're sinking ship here. You know? It's why Manchester United was so successful, but so successful in the right ways, and why they're so expensive and shit. Like why they've got so much money, but without real financial situations. They're now paying for it, right? But not in a Barcelona way, where they're freaking struggling to fucking have to go to the bank. They're just paying for it and not winning titles because the youth is they are relying on more youth, right? The youth isn't fantastic, but they're not going out and buying friggin' a whole squad worth fucking hundreds of millions of dollars. You know? Every club's like that these days. Chelsea struggled. You know, friggin' Arsenal friggin' went from invincibles to friggin' nobodies. You know, realistically, overnight.
Yeah.
You think of those clubs and shit like that. You Bayern Munich's and stuff like that. You look at their squad. 90% of it is fucking German. You know, Manchester City.
Homegrown.
Yeah, Manchester City is still majority of English-based players, right? It's friggin' and they're just growing and producing, so they don't have to worry about forking out hundreds of millions of dollars on all these players, because who especially now, right? Who's going to want to go to Spain? Messi's left, right? Friggin' Aguero's openly admitted on his Instagram or whatever it was that friggin' he wants out. He's like, fuck this. This has gone to shit. He hasn't even kicked the ball. And stuff like that. So everyone now wants out of there. Because it's like, holy shit, this is a sinking ship. And with COVID and everything else, who wants to leave anywhere? They want to be close to their families. They want their kids to be friggin' close to family and shit like that. So if shit hits the fan, they've got cover. They don't want to be... Players don't want to be friggin' in Spain or Italy or wherever around the world. And then friggin' COVID hits massively and then they can't get back. Or they got to quarantine or they got to do this shit. It's fucked. You know? So, Barcelona in a world of shit. To say I'm glad to see it happen is... No one likes to see anyone struggle, but when you're multi-billionaires, don't let the door in the way out.
And it all boils down to what I said earlier. They've become a victim of their own success.
Yeah. And that's it. Yeah, they were so dominant and shit like that, and now they're on struggle street.
They're paying the price for it financially.
They're getting beat by fucking teams sitting last. Like, you know.
But let's go back 25 years too, Josh. Barcelona were only a mid-table side.
Yeah, 20 years ago, absolutely they were.
They were a mid-table side.
100%. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. And playing with 90% of Spanish players.
Yeah, and it's almost like, you know, they've had their 20-year cycle. It's time for a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
Who's it going to be in 10 years' time from now? Is it still going to be Barcelona and Real Madrid?
No, so
Real Madrid have always been somewhat there.
Yeah, but they had their scenario friggin' about 5-10 years ago.
They had their drop off in the late 70s, early 80s.
No, but like money wise, they had their drama a decade ago. They had their drama. That was all to do with friggin' Ronaldo and shit like that. Yeah, get rid of that. But yeah, friggin' Real Madrid had their scenario. Friggin' they struggled. Because they didn't have the money and shit like that. They bought Michael Owen, who was past his prime. Yeah. They bought David Beckham, who was past his prime. They freaking bought Real Madrid. Who else? Gareth Bale or whatever it was, who freaking done nothing. How funny is that? You see Gareth Bale go back to Real Madrid the other day? Couldn't even get his same number back. Number 50, I think he was wearing the other day. Classic. You know, it's a merry-go-round scenario, and you know, do you want to be that club that wins everything for a decade or whatever it is, and then you're struggling like they are now, or do you want to be like that team, like friggin', you know, you're like in a Premier League sense and stuff like that, like your Liverpools and your friggin' Dortmunds and friggin' Schalkes and friggin' Juventus, etc., who they casually win shit, but when they win shit, it's a hype. And everyone's excited, and you know that they're not financially fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all these teams, they're not financially situation where it's going to bite them in the ass in 5 years' time. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Liverpool won the Premier League. Finally, yeah, cool, happy days. It took us fucking 20 years to win it and shit like that again. Whatever, we got so much shit for that time.
But you did it smart.
And we done it cheap.
That's right.
We could have paid our whole squad twice over for what Grealish went to friggin' City for. Like 84 million we spent that year.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, and that was nothing. Like, Jesus Christ. Still up on the... Oh, random. It's still up on the Twitch side. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, so Messi... Do we think he'll go to friggin' PSG? Probably. For his sake, I hope he doesn't. You know what I mean? I really don't want to see him playing in the French league. He's better than that. I think watching him play in the Italian league, Bundesliga is too slow. The Premier League would be nice. That'd be great. Watch him every week. But friggin'
nobody can now.
Yeah. But now friggin'
nobody could realistically afford him now.
No, but that's the thing though. No one can afford him. You can't tell me he's going to sign for whoever it be, whether it be PSG or whatever it is. You can't tell me that the competition owners and the guys who run that competition, the French league or whoever he goes, he's going to be sitting there going, "Oh yeah."
They'll say no for the simple fact that it's going to just bring in nothing but revenue.
No. Yeah, they'll allow it to happen, but still, it'll be like PSG that we've signed Messi. And they've got to be seriously looking at it going, with what?
Yeah.
How?
They're paying him in oil.
What the fuck are they paying? How?
They're paying him in oil.
Yeah, surely that's a friggin' signing and then friggin' there on their doorstep the next fucking morning going, Mbappe take a pay cut? Where's Neymar going?
Did the entire league take a pay cut?
What's going on here? Like... Yeah, no one in their right mind, league wise, is going to friggin' sit there and take not going to friggin' pass their nose up at friggin' having Messi in their league, but fucking hell, Elliot, Messi to the MLS, classic.
You could.
Could you?
No financial fair play there.
Could you imagine? Yeah, but friggin' no financial fair play, but fucking salary cap.
Yeah. No, he would get exempt.
Good luck with that.
He would get exempt.
They done a thing the other day or whatever it was. He gets paid $1 million a week, right? Just to play. He then gets.
But he would get exempt from the salary cap because he would be classified as a designated player. They're allowed to have, I think it's 4 designated players outside the cap.
Fucking hell.
Prime example, the Beckham deal.
What Beckham deal?
The Beckham deal, when Beckham went to the MLS.
Oh, yeah, he went for nothing.
Yeah, but there was a reason behind it.
Yeah, so he could buy the club
Why?
for nothing.
Because he basically said, well, okay, I'll come play for you, but within the next 10 years' time, I have my right to exercise to own my own fucking club in this league. Yeah, and they gave it to him.
Yeah, but that wasn't free. That wasn't free.
No, it came at a cost.
He virtually, because what happens is every team that enters that league, the next team that enters is fucking higher and higher and higher. So if it costs friggin' the first 20 teams or the first 10 teams to come into that competition $10 million to enter, the 11th team was 15 million.
Yeah, the
12th team was 20 million.
Does go up.
Yeah, the 13th.
But he got a break on that as part of his agreement.
He said to them
with the MLS, and I know when he signed his contract with LA Galaxy.
And I know the agreement very well. He stated that I will friggin' go on a free transfer. Friggin' you pay me friggin' my normal weekly wage is what I'm on and what he wanted. Yeah. But in the stipulations or whatever it was that I'll sign on for this amount of time. But if I want to own my own club in this league, I will pay the base value at what the first 10 teams in the league come at.
Yeah, the foundation team
right?
Play.
So whatever the foundation team to pay it, which was fucking peanuts, it was like $6 million or some shit like that, which he could have gone and asked fucking mummy for that out of a fucking handbag.
Mate, go ask Posh.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, freaking just go straight to the handbag and just go, I'm just taking this out, I'll put it back in 6 months.
Yeah, but couldn't beat the Jets.
Yeah.
But no, Elliot, you are correct. He did manage. He was able to retain his sponsorships. He was able to retain his likeness revenue, image rights, all that sort of shit, personal private deals. He was able to retain all that as well, because it was what the MLS classified as a supplemental income to offset the wage that they weren't offering him.
I watched, I think it's the ESPN press box, I think it is off the top of my head, on Spotify podcast, and they were talking about it. They were talking about this Messi deal and shit like that, right? And they're all, everyone was like, freaking, where's he going, bloody da? He'll probably go to PSG, whatever. But one of the guys stated, and fair point, like, right, it doesn't matter where he goes. Doesn't matter where he goes. Every league, every team is gunning for him, right? Everyone wants his signature. I guarantee you, there's over 100 friggin' contracts sitting on his lawyer's desk, right?
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Who's his agent? Out of curiosity.
It's a good question. Honestly, he probably doesn't have one. He fucking doesn't go anywhere.
No, I think it might be his dad, actually.
Yeah, well, no, it originally was. When he was young, really young, it originally was a family member. But again, he's been there for 20 years. He probably doesn't even have one. They probably come to him and said, "Friggin', we're gonna have to let you go," and he's probably gone. First thing's probably gone. He goes, "Fuck, have to pay a lawyer." But friggin', it doesn't matter where he goes. Obviously, the money that he's going to make off that new shirt. Can you imagine everyone wanting to grab their hands on a friggin' shirt with Messi's name on it that doesn't friggin' specify Argentina or Barcelona? Like, that's just insane. The amount of shirts. I don't know, everyone in the chat. I don't know about your friggin' marketplace and shit like that, but fuck me dead. Having the Barcelona Messi shirts popped up, everyone trying to sell that shit. Oh, it's a collector's item now. He's not going to get another one.
No, it's not. It'll be a collector's item in fucking 20 years' time from now.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah. What about China? Yeah, look, anything's possible. Any of the big names.
He won't go to China. China's fucking dead in the water. Their football experiment's fucking dead.
His space under feed doesn't. At the end of the day, it's I think it's one of those things where it's who.
I think his old man is still his agent.
Yeah, there you go. It's going to be one of those situations where friggin' who can give him the most money, not under the table, but in sponsorships, right? Because again,
image rights is a big one for him.
Yeah, blokes like him and Ronaldo and shit like that. That's all it is for them. It's who can set my family up. Right? He's not worried about the next 5 years, the last 5 years of his career. Ronaldo and stuff like that haven't been worried about their football career for the last fucking 15 years. It's who's going to friggin' set me up? Who's going to give me the most money in regards to... Look, literally, let's put it from an Aussie point of view, right? Who's going to give me the most money for me doing as little as fucking I have to? How much Aussie than that? Like... Who's going to pay me the most and me be able to sit on my ass and do nothing? Fucking and that's Ronaldo and Messi down to a T, right? FIFA scenarios, right? All your FIFA games and shit like that. Everyone would have had to go to fucking FIFA headquarters, like the big namers and shit like that were on the main card and everything else. Would have had to go to fucking FIFA and shit like that. And get all that shit and get the networks and all that sort of shit to get all the imaging and all the fucking shit and everything done. $20 they went to Ronaldo's fucking house and Messi's house or friggin' the training camps to friggin' let them do it. There's no way they would have been like, oh, we need you to fly out here to get this imaging done.
No, don't do it. The club do it and the club submit all that.
Oh, there you go.
The club submit all that.
Planes can't fly over Messi's house.
Yeah, his old man is his agent.
Well, there you go. Happy days. Good on him.
His old man is his agent.
So how old is he? What is he now? 35?
Lionel.
I think he's almost... Messi. I think he's a year and a half...
He's 34.
34. Yeah, he's about a year and a half younger than Ronaldo, I think. I think that's how I worked it out last time. So he's 34, right? So he's probably got fucking 3 years, I reckon, probably, of really good football at his level, because he's a freak. So he's probably got 3 years. That's probably the deal he's looking for, right? Because PSG apparently only offered him 2, if you go by all reports, right? For me, I reckon he's looking for a 3-year deal. It's going to be in Europe somewhere, because you got to think his whole life's in Spain, right?
Yeah, everything's in Spain.
Right? His kids aren't young anymore. His wife's friggin' from there. Everything's there. So they're not going to want to pack up and move everything for, let's be generous, right? And say 5 years of his career left. Yeah? And then have to move all the shit back and everything back and then change the kids' schooling and la-di-da and shit like that. So it's going to be close. It's going to be close to Spain. So it's going to be Europe somewhere. France is probably the closest. So
Unless he goes home.
Unless he won't go to Argentina. No way. Did you see him celebrate when he won that Copa America? Fucking Jesus. Mate, that is like the biggest friggin' tension friggin' scenario it's like a married couple fight between friggin' bloody Argentinian football and friggin' Lionel Messi. They hate him, and then they don't. And then they hate him, and then they don't. Then they bar him for fucking 3 years, and then they don't. And then they freaking want him back. And then he gets booed when he goes to Argentina and plays for the national side. Freaking, like, it's just a love-hate relationship. It's fantastic. Signs to LA for a handy from Posh and a house next door to Kanye. Classic. That's good. But at the end of the day, wherever he goes, right, we'll move off this. Wherever he goes, it's going to be different. Wherever he goes, it's going to be eyes on him, right? Because as I was talking to one of the young blokes' dads or whatever that I coach the other day, this is the unknown, right? He run Barcelona. He run everything. Everything went through him. Whether the board wanted...
Same when he was at Newell's Old Boys.
The boys, but more so here, like, right? So, Messi's sitting there. The board of directors come down and go, right, there's the short list of coaches. Which one do you want? Like, I guarantee you, that's not me taking the piss. Like, I'm dead serious. I guarantee you that's what it's like.
He's got a hand in it.
100%. There's no way. There's a short list of the final 3 that we like. I don't fucking want any of them. Find me another one. Like. Oh, righto. I guarantee it. We're going to go over here for pre-season training. Now, fuck that shit.
No, you're not.
Going over here.
I want to go somewhere warm.
Fucking coach finally comes in and shit like that. Friggin' right, no worries, guys. Sit down or whatever. Right, we're going to run fucking 4-2-2 or whatever it is. I'm like, fuck yeah.
No, you're not.
Fucking... You'll run this formation or you can pack your shit and fuck off. Friggin', we're going to bring in this player. No, you're not. I put money on it. Dead set, guys. That's not me taking the piss. I 100% believe that that's what it was like in going to Barcelona. I promise you. And now that he's not going to be that bloke, right? He's going to be the bitch. He's still going to have that fucking world friggin', renowned. He's still going to be the friggin' one of the goats, etc. But now he has to friggin' go on the back foot, right? He knows nothing. He's going to go to a club where now he has to sit there and play by someone else's rules. So it's going to be very interesting.
Something that Cristiano Ronaldo has in his locker that Messi doesn't. The ability and adaptability to be able to change.
Yeah. I'm not going to go.
That's the difference between them.
That's a fucking whole hour's worth of debate. That one.
That's the difference between them.
Oh, there's so much difference. They are goats in their own right. They're 2 completely different players. The whole who's the greatest footballer of all time fucking between Messi and fucking Ronaldo. You can't put them together.
You can't compare them.
It's like friggin' putting friggin'...
You can't compare them.
Who's the best player in the world in world football, like, ever? Like, it just can't be done. Different times, different generations, different decades, different climates, so much fucking shit. Was Pele the friggin' best footballer in the world?
In some respects, different rules.
Yeah. Different fucking different payouts to friggin' referees to let you friggin' have your wins. And that's the biggest thing. It's like, I remember there was years and years ago, right? Friggin' one of my mates goes to me, he goes, Pele's friggin' greatest footballer in the world. really? Was he? Is he? I don't know. So, you know what I mean? Like, you just... Was he a great footballer? Fucking oath. Was he dominant in when he played? Absolutely. But where does the line stop? Where do you stop comparing players? Right? Roberto Baggio, for me, is a much better player than Pele was. Right? But Baggio...
Zico, Roberto Carlos, Eusebio.
Oh yeah, but Baggio is a player who won't get the fucking recognition as all those other players probably will, because he won fuck all.
Well,
right?
That's right.
He won nothing.
They're measured in trophies.
That's just fucking bullshit. You know?
R9.
Yeah. It's just one of those scenarios, right? Yeah.
Ronaldinho.
The real Ronaldo.
Luis Figo.
Oh.
The list is endless.
Rui Costa.
And not one of them can you compare to another one.
That's it. Everyone played in their scenarios. It's, you know, Francisco Totti, right? He won fuck all.
Fucking nothing.
You know,
right, he won a World Cup, but
he won plenty of league titles. Like Jesus Christ, but
World Cups too.
Again, he's going to be recognised as friggin' one of the greatest of all times, not because he won titles, but because he was a one club player and played nearly 1,000 games for the one club. Right? Messi will go down as one of the greatest players. He is the greatest player to ever play for Barcelona Football Club. Right? No one will take that away from him. No one in the next 40 years will take that away from him. Why? Because there's no fucking one club players anymore. No one.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about money. Grealish could have gone down as friggin' the best Villa player to fucking put on a Villa shirt, but he won't because he sold out. And that's what Villa fucking fans will be looking at it. You sold out. You are a Villa tragic. Right? He won't be that type of player in 15 years' time or whatever it is when his career's fucking done and he wants to come back and friggin' play his final years at Villa. Fucking won't happen. They'll be like, you can fuck off. You sold out.
No, they won't. They won't do that. They'll just turn around and look at him and just go, who are you?
Like Babe Ruth in baseball. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he doesn't compare to fucking the top 10. He's not even in the top 10 friggin' world ranking. Right? But friggin' for his time and his generation and everything else, yeah, fuck, he couldn't be touched. Superstar. Fucking hell. But anyway, we move on. They're the two situations we've got. Let's see what happens with Grealish, obviously, at City. It's going to be an interesting one. Let's see what happens with Messi, wherever he may up, whether it be PSG, whether it be at fucking City, whether it be United, fucking wherever. Fucking
whether
the Middle East.
Non-league.
The Middle East, you know, if I can talk about
fucking
money.
Non-league.
Yeah, absolutely. Buffon. Oh, mate, Buffon. He's still kicking. Still kicking a ball. Fucking hell, went back to where it all began. Living the dream. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Where we go from here, obviously, with those two players. Wherever they go... wherever Messi goes now. He'll be watched.
He will be critiqued.
If he goes to PSG, it'll be the friggin' biggest watched PSG game in fucking French history.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You know, like he will put money on, he will put bums on seats when they're allowed, and he will put money through that club like no tomorrow. He will make, I guarantee it, right? They done a thing or whatever it was, breakdown of him the other day, where it was like, you know, he earns $1 million a week just to play. He earns friggin' $25 million a year just in bonuses and add-ons. He earns another $40 million in sponsorship and shit like that all a year. He's over $120 million a year, right? That's fucking insane. He will earn, I'd say, a third of that back of that figure in 6 months. In all the friggin' shirts. You won't be able to buy a friggin' shirt with his name on it. It'll be sold out, I guarantee it. They won't be able to make it up. They won't be able to keep up.
They will not be able to print them fast enough.
No. It's going to be fucking ridiculous. Like, to the point where if this PSG deal is done, right? Friggin' it hasn't been announced yet. I guarantee you, the printers know. Whoever makes the shirts fucking know. I guarantee you, they'll know before anyone else. Because fucking they're like...
Why? Because they would have been in production fucking 2 weeks ago.
Oh, fuck yeah. The moment he left and shit like that, it would have been on. It's like...
The poor pricks working in that clothing factory are going to be working day and night fucking 12-hour shifts for the next fucking 3 months.
They'll be working just as hard as the fucking cunts making the fucking vaccine for COVID. Had to say, who will friggin' be working faster?
Tell you what, not the pricks that make fucking the vaccines.
Oh man. Anyway, we'll move on. Obviously, let's talk some football. Let's talk some friggin' league football. The championship was back, round 1 this week. Obviously, some great results, some good matches. Friggin', let us know who you follow in the championship. If there's anyone in the chat that friggin' follows it religiously. Bournemouth West Brom had a 2-2 draw. Derby and Huddersfield had a draw, 1-1 draw. Blackburn Rovers got a victory over Swansea. Friggin' happy days. They would have been fucking doing cartwheels down the friggin' main street. Bloody Luton friggin' putting it past Peterborough 3-0. Bristol having a draw with Blackpool. Cardiff City and Barnsley obviously on the draw. Stoke and Reading 3-2 to Stoke. QPR 1-1 with Millwall. Sheffield United going down to Birmingham. Who would have thought of that? Hull City giving it to Preston. Fulham Middlesbrough 1-1. Coventry and Nottingham Forest. Coventry, mate. Giving it to the Forest. Get up there, son.
Fucking Sky Blues.
Let's be honest, friggin' stock standard. Stock standard, first game of the championship.
Shocks.
Yeah, but yeah.
Couple of shocks.
But again,
and I'm not referring to our game.
Nah, but again, the same shit every year at fucking round 1. It's all like, you know, mostly draws. It's just
cagey.
It's a draw scenario.
Cagey.
Yeah, it's just friggin' that scenario of draws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Yeah. So, you know, 6 out of 12. So half of them were draws. You know, like friggin' you think about that.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's cagey. Friggin' Coventry beating Nottingham Forest was massive.
That's huge
for them coming up.
Hull coming up from League One to the Championship and then belting Preston 4-1.
Yeah.
That was a fucking shock. That was the shock of the week. And again, Blackpool coming up, going up against, you know, firmly mid-table Bristol in Championship. I wouldn't say shock result, but batting above their average to get the 1-1 draw.
Well, I'd say friggin' batting, but Bristol should have probably made it up last.
Bristol should have wiped the floor with them.
They should have friggin' been in the Premier League, to be fair. Like, they had a really good chance. So that was pretty good. Stoke for me was a friggin' good one. Like, it's not.
Yeah, that was a clanger.
It's not a Norwich, Nottingham Forest, Coventry scenario or Hull and shit like that. But for the fact that Stoke City have virtually got no players at the moment, they're like
it was a clanger.
Their whole squad is like, I think it was like 14 players. I think in their squad are due to come back from the Olympics. Like their whole squad, and that's including friggin' what's his name from Australia, friggin'
Harry
Suter from Australia. So yeah, so friggin', you know, to grind a result out against Reading, who, as far as I'm concerned, they should be seeing themselves at the top of the table somewhere, top 6.
Well, yeah, they had a ripper of a season last season.
Yeah,
they only fell away in the last fucking 8 games or something.
So yeah, friggin', again, a couple of good results in there. I think Luton are going to friggin' be a dark horse this year. I think Luton are going to be.
Luton were a dark horse last year.
Yeah, I don't think they'll friggin' probably get up there, but I think they will do a lot of damage to teams that are definitely trying to get up there.
Yeah, a lot of the bigger sides will come in underestimating them.
Yeah, I think they'll do a lot of friggin' punishment to friggin' sides, more so at the back end of the year. I think they'll friggin' be that side where if teams need 6 points out of the fucking final 4 games or whatever it is.
Did you guys get a resolution yet on whether you guys are actually still playing in the Championship or not? Is that actually...
Yeah.
No, I ask out of pure curiosity. Has that been finalised yet?
It's been finalised that friggin' we will be playing in the Championship, but obviously they don't know what the goal is.
They're going to give you a points deduction?
That's still obviously up in the air and shit like that. If Fulham... I'm glad friggin' Fulham fucked up and bloody let them back into the game, Middlesbrough. Because if put it this way, the way I worked it out, I was speaking to Dan about this the other day, I was like, friggin', if we beat Middlesbrough, I said we get relegated. Put money. I put money on it. I said if we beat Middlesbrough in the league, we'll get relegated. Because friggin' the owner of friggin' Middlesbrough is on the fucking on the committee of friggin' this whole
he's the head of the committee,
head honcho of people trying to
he's the head of the committee.
So when we beat Middlesbrough, because they'll just allow us to beat them, we'll get relegated. I put money on it. So we're staying in the championship for now. We were struggling financially. We were struggling frigging with players. It's all fucking that. All fun and games. I'm going to try and speak to Nathan again and try and get him on at some point to obviously Mr. Pluskett to obviously get his thoughts on the scenario and what's going on there now and how everything's shaping up and shit like that. But yeah, so for now we're safe. For now we're good. We can play.
I'll try and find my way into Blues this year too.
We can play some football. Thank fuck. So round 2 obviously coming up. What do we got? Nice early one for Derby. Happy fucking days. And obviously our first win, hopefully, against Peterborough.
Peterborough Dome.
Yeah, so friggin' Peterborough and Derby, Reading Preston, Birmingham Stoke, Burnley Coventry, Millwall Blackburn, Hull QPR, Middlesbrough Bristol, Blackpool Cardiff, Huddersfield Fulham, West Brom Luton, and Forest Bournemouth and Swansea Sheffield United.
So Huddersfield Fulham will be a good game.
I was going to say, for me, Swansea Sheffield United will be an interesting match.
Barnsley Coventry will be a good one.
What was the other one? Freaking Millwall Blackburn will be an interesting one as well. I think that'll be a freaking tight, cagey match as well. So a couple of good games in there. Obviously, Bournemouth should wipe the floor with Forest. Fantastic. But other than that, friggin' a couple of good ones there. But yeah, that's the championship. Obviously, friggin' for now, we'll try and go through it every week and shit like that, like we've just sort of done there. Quick, simple, easy. Go through a few of the results and get our thoughts, obviously, on fucking maybe 1 or 2 games of the rounds scenarios. But yeah, other than that, friggin' we move on. What do we got? Yo, Timmy Woods, how are you, buddy? How are we, mate? How's things? How's the States? How's your 80,000+ COVID cases a day? How's life in the US?
Guys, just a reminder as well.
Yes, be sure. Timmy, get in on it, mate. On the footy tipping. So click on the link. Friggin' password is Crossbar if it asks you for one. To get into the competition. Some have said that they've needed it, some haven't. So there you go. But that's pretty much that there. Anyway, we're going to friggin' march on. Obviously, we can't finish the podcast without talking about the Premier League. It is all due to kick off this week. So, friggin' it's going to be an interesting one. What do we got? Friggin' Brentford Arsenal, United Leeds, which will be a cracker.
Always is.
12 months ago, I would have said Leicester Wolves would be an absolute belter, but Wolves now without friggin' their friggin' Portuguese maestro.
Nuno Espirito
Santos, yeah, friggin' at the helm. I think that they're going to need a good couple of weeks to sort their shit out. So I'd say Leicester will friggin' come comfortably with that. Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Watford, Villa, Everton, Southampton, Burnley, Brighton, Norwich, Liverpool, Newcastle, West Ham, and Spurs and City to round it out. That's going to be a banging game. Couple of good ones in there though. Friggin' Watford, Villa. That'll be an interesting one.
I'll be getting up to watch the Brentford Arsenal one.
Yeah, 5 o'clock start, I think, for that one. Friggin',
yeah, Brentford Arsenal for me.
Let's be honest, you can't go past United.
Interested to see how they go.
United Leeds is going to be a good game. 9:30
United Leeds is always a cracker.
9:30 kickoff. Friggin' nice and comfortable, nice and easy. Everyone should be watching that shit. Friggin' hopefully 3 points for Leeds. Sorry, Luke. But it'll be interesting to see. United are they're coming strong.
Watford Villa's always a good game too.
Yeah, United. They're coming good this year. I think United have gone the right way.
They're getting there. They're finding their way. Ollie's at the wheel.
What have they picked up? Well, United's picked up Sancho, Heaton, Verone,
and Varane
from bloody Real Madrid. according to friggin' what's that? Well, that's subject to a medical, I believe. I don't think it's over the line.
Still good. I don't think he's done the medical yet.
Yeah. And then they didn't really release anybody. You know what I mean? So friggin' they've still got a friggin' good side. Friggin' Chong's off to you guys, didn't he? I think he signed for Birmingham on loan.
Yeah, we got Chong on loan.
Got Chong, yeah, friggin' oath. That'd be a good one.
Tawanza off to Villa as well.
Yes, absolutely. Even Bernard to friggin' Hull. That'll help their causes. But yeah, so what are your thoughts? Guys? What's going to be the game to watch there? Who did I say they were friggin' playing? Leeds? Leeds haven't done much at all, I don't think. I think they friggin'...
No.
They've gone pretty...
They do.
I think they're pretty quiet. I think they're pretty much happy with
up. You missed them. HIJKLM. Keep going.
Oh, it is in fucking order. Look at that.
There you go.
What have they got? Well, they picked up Miller from Birmingham, obviously.
Yeah, he's a baby, mate.
Yeah. Harrison, Firpo. What do you got? McGawk. Lewis Bate from Chelsea. Yeah, so they've really bought no one.
Interesting signings.
Yeah, it's some interesting shit to see what they're compared to what they
released. What do they let go of?
Oh, fuckloads. They've released some big names. Friggin', what have we got there? Oh, wow, friggin', he's gone to fucking Blackpool. Jesus Christ.
The only one that I can see
Casey.
out of that's a big loss for them is Ergan Alioski. Fullback.
Yes. Yeah,
considering how well he played in the Euros as well.
And unattached.
North Macedonia.
And unattached, so that's interesting.
Looks in the tipping card.
Good stuff. Here we go, Norwich. Here we go.
Here we go, Norwich. Here we go. Get your...
Put it this way.
Get your Delia Smith cookbook out, mate.
Put it this way, right? Will not be surprised if fucking Liverpool get beat to fucking Norwich on the weekend. It happens every year. We struggle against fucking the teams we play first round, and friggin' 9 times out of 10 the last couple of years, we've fucking always played Norwich or friggin' Sunderland.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Southampton.
Birmingham have the same problem.
Pisses me off.
Birmingham's first game of the season for the last 8 years has been against, and I can confirm this, for the past 8 years, 8 years in a row, we've played one of the 3 sides that have come down from the Premier League. First game of the season. 8 years in a row.
Yeah, no.
This year was the first time in those 8 years that we've actually won it.
Yeah. So, what was I going to say? Luke, have you got a pen and paper?
Timmy, I agree. If PSG don't win the UEFA Champions League, they should be relegated. You're not wrong. But they'll do a typical PSG. They'll trip over their own fucking feet in the round of 16 again. They'll trip over their own feet.
Man, friggin' I reckon they'll still buckle. I'm telling you now, Tim, if friggin' they sign Messi and Mbappe to friggin' Liverpool, fucking's gotta happen. Something's happening. Something's gonna happen for Liverpool. We've signed fucking no one. We're just waiting. We're just that friggin' crocodile, mate. Just head above the water. It's just cruising. Just wait for our chance and then bang, gotcha. Rightio. So look, if you got your pen and paper, because before we finish this, we are going to wrap it up very shortly. But
why does Luke need pen and paper?
We are going to run through from 1 right through to 20. 1 through to 20 or 20 through to 1, whatever way we're going to do it. Probably from the bottom to the top. Probably easier. Of my prediction, or at least my predictions for obviously the season.
You can take it, mate.
Alright, because I'm going to do it.
Take it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll butt in where I see fit.
Rightio. So, rightio, let me bring that up. Rightio, we ready? Let's see what we got here. So, I reckon 20th, bottom of the pile, is going to be Palace. They've been saved fucking the last 2 years by the skin of their teeth, I think. it's time. They're going down, happening.
Yep.
20th,
gone, it's happening.
yeah, 20th, Crystal Palace. 19th, I'm going. What do we got? I'm going Brentford. 18th, I'm going Southampton. So they're the three that I reckon will go down. It was a toss-up between Southampton
Then Norwich.
and then no, I reckon friggin' Villa. Villa will go next. Then Norwich. What are we at there? Friggin', that's what, fifth? That's 5 down. 5 down, and then I reckon we'll go. What do we got? Where are we? Yeah. Right. Next, we'll go with Watford. Watford for the next one. Then Brighton. Then who have we got? Then the Toon. I hope someone's writing this down.
I'm not.
I'll go through it and write them down if I have to. What I say? The Toon, and then obviously we are going to go with. Said Brighton. Said the Toon.
I'll be going with Burnley.
I'm gonna go Spurs.
Really? That low down?
Yep. Yeah, I reckon they're gonna struggle. Big time. Harry Kane's gone. Spurs, and then obviously Burnley. I should have fucking jotted these numbers down because I can't remember where the fuck I am now. Burnley. Fuck. Everton. West Ham. I think West Ham will go right this year. West Ham. Then who else we got? I think we're pretty much down to the money winners now.
And then you've still got Leeds, you've still got Leicester.
Yeah. I'm going to go Leicester and then Leeds. And then that should leave us pretty well with Arsenal, which will be my next one.
That'll give you Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, Man United.
And that's it.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, so the big ones now. So Arsenal. And then I'm going... So Arsenal, Manchester United. Arsenal, Manchester United. So there's 3 left, yeah? Arsenal, Manchester United, and then there's City, Liverpool, and Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah.
I'm gonna go Liverpool.
Yep.
City, and then Chelsea. I reckon Chelsea will win it.
Alright.
More so for the fact if they sign Lukaku, I think that'll freaking help. That'll sweeten the deal. They got a pretty strong side.
Yeah.
I think City. I don't know. It's just something about it. I just don't think they'll do it.
City are aging. They're aging. They're starting to become Dad's army.
Villa have a good team. Yeah, not that good. They had a better team with Grealish.
He was nice. I'd have put them lower.
Villa.
Actually, no. To be fair, I probably would have put them.
Ings is going to struggle. You've gone from putting $180 million or whatever it is on Grealish, and then you sign Ings to fucking take the front line. He done all at Liverpool.
They signed 3 players to replace Grealish.
Yeah. But I'm saying, right, in the front line, right up top.
Up top, you've only got I don't know their squad.
So friggin', obviously, what do they got? Friggin', they picked up Ashley Young for the back line, which will help them. But other than that, you know, Leon Bailey is a good signing. Don't get me wrong. Just Danny Ings is just fuck.
You got Twanza Bay on loan.
Yeah, from United. Yeah, that'll be a good one. It'll be a good signing.
What year is this?
Danny Ings.
Is it? Yeah, it is. Douglas Lewis, if he's on fire in the fucking midfield. McGinn, same deal.
Danny Ings, what are we looking at these days? 29. I love his profile photo. He's got a Liverpool shirt. Classic. Don't know. Not too sure.
60, from Tottenham.
60,
not Tottenham, Norwich.
67 games for Southampton and scored 34 goals. Like,
so he's a 1 in 2.
You know, yeah, like that's good for
1 in 2.
That's good for Southampton, right? But look where they're struggling. You know, 14 games for Liverpool, fucking 3 goals.
They've got strikers. They've got Ings, they've got Ollie Watkins, Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley. Oh, fuck, wrong button. Ings will play 3 games. hey, as long as he's 1 in 2. Keeps his fucking record going. Keeps his stat going. Fantasy EPL would put Josh in a straitjacket. I don't play that shit. I don't play because I pick up friggin' blokes and they friggin' get injured or they do fuck all. Not my game. But yeah, friggin' it is what it is. Yeah. Who are you guys excited to see in the Premier League? Who's going to surprise you this year? Before we wrap it up, who's the team to watch? Who's gonna be that side to fly under the radar?
In the Prem.
So not necessarily win the league or anything like that, but you know, just be that giant killer or
Watford.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
When you get 5 minutes, mate, have a look at that Twitch clip. Courtesy of Matty Aldridge.
Fair enough. But
He clipped you tipping Chelsea to win the league. So he's going to bring that out in 9 minutes' time.
Well, fingers crossed it's Liverpool, but fucking I'm not going to do that because that's just predictable of who I want to win the league. But I again, where we haven't signed anything spectacular at the moment, and
yeah, you haven't balanced.
It's just, you know, we're relying on Van Dijk to freaking come back to his absolute best, which he won't. It's going to take him time. A lot of our players have had a freaking massive year and virtually no break. The fact that we've still got friggin' Origi on friggin' the books is amazing. Love the kid, love him to death, love what he did against Barcelona. Tore him apart. But I still would have got rid of him. Shaqiri, I would have let go. Yeah. It's money. You know what I mean? It's big money. This Shaqiri is a bloke that friggin' should be playing regular football at a friggin' decent level, not friggin' earning a paycheck and coming on to play championship football. Don't get me wrong, love it when he does, but if you got to think, if you think smart from a club point of view, where friggin' that's $15 million we'd get for him, which is friggin' $8 million more than what we fucking paid for him. And you sort of try and be that nice friggin' club where you deserve to be playing every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you want to be playing every week. Friggin' Origi is the same thing. I would much rather him go down to a lower league side in the Prem like Wolves or friggin' something like that, or Newcastle or something, and friggin' play every week. Friggin', for me, that's what you'd like to see. And then with the money that we would get for him, that's $20 million for Origi, easy. 20 mil we get for Origi, easy. That's him and friggin' Shaqiri gone. It's $35 million just off those two alone. That's not a friggin' any of the other blokes that I still think we fucking should be probably letting go. Like, we can't get Karius off the fucking books. Like, no one, like, seriously, he rocked up at day one pre-season. I'm sitting there going, are you serious?
Half the squad would have been sitting there looking at him going, who the fuck are you?
Didn't you get the
kit man?
Didn't you get the man? Yeah. Fucking hell, who the fuck invited this bloke? Seriously.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm gonna get onto the fucking blokes who bloody run the show about who sends out the emails to fucking where we've got to meet before fucking get on the plane. Who sent this prick the fucking email? Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. Who are ya? I think West Ham's the one for me. West Ham's the one to watch. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're going to freaking do interesting things. They look good the other day. I watched them in a pre-season friendly in against who was that against in Italy? I think it was Lazio. They looked really good, really sharp, really quick. So yeah, for me, I think they're gonna freaking go alright for me. Anyway, but other than that, we're gonna friggin' Brentford. Brentford's the one for Luke, right out. Anyway, we are going to wrap it up
I don't
there.
know about that, Tech.
Yeah, but do I. But we're going to leave it there anyway. Friggin', we do thank everyone for obviously jumping on this week and obviously listening to us ramble on for fucking...
Bit of a different one.
Good hour and a half. Yeah, a little bit friggin' different. A little bit friggin', trying to get off the A-League and shit like that. There's not much going on there and shit like that. And, we've signed a few of the same girls and shit like that, which, it's good to see.
Yeah, Hannah Brewer today.
Nothing against
Tara Andrew.
Yeah, nothing against the girls. Friggin', happy days, but it's internationals. It's bigger names. No offense to Tara.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong. Tara Andrews and friggin' Hannah Brewer, the two girls, and Cass Davis and shit are girls that we need to keep at the club. Fantastic, but they're probably girls at the club where you would expect them to fucking be there. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a surprise, Oh, Hannah Brewer signs on again. It's like, oof, where else was she fucking going?
Where else was she going to go?
Fucking what? There was a thought of her going anywhere else? You kidding me?
You can get the fucking choice.
Yeah, fuck. Where's Claire? Sign her.
There you go, mate. I'm in. As much as I'll fucking forget it in about 2 weeks' time.
Good on you, mate. Every week we'll freaking remember everyone.
I'm in.
Before you go, Josh, on a scale of 1 to 10, Dimmy going to... I was getting to get through a whole fucking segment and not have to bring this shit up. Seriously? Freaking, I've had 500 messages from yous, a lot of yous, everybody. Freaking, fucking Timmy to Western Sydney Wanderers, fucking, you're going to crack the shits over that one. Freaking, fucking la-di-da. He's not going to be happy about that. Fucking whatever. Mate.
Bullshit, I was the one telling him on stream yesterday. Yeah, go tell him. He'll just fucking sit there and laugh.
Freaking, mate. Oh.
You know what it shows me?
What?
Carl can't scout for shit.
Well, that was actually...
He can't scout for shit.
That come through my mind friggin' when they signed.
He can't scout.
Yeah.
He can't scout.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe in overseas leagues where he has the freedom to do whatever he wants and sign whoever he wants. But when he's bound to have so many A-League or Australian players in his side, he's fucked. He's got no clue. He's got no clue.
Yeah.
He goes, oh yeah, they went all right last season. Let's have them.
Yeah.
Or I'll grab Dimmy. I'll grab Johnny. I'll grab Stevie. I'll grab Bernie because I know them.
Yeah.
I know what they are. It's less work for me. He's got no scouting brain. He can't do it. He can't do it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens off that one. But yeah, no, Dimmy to Western Sydney Wanderers, meh.
Who cares?
Good on him. Good on him. He'd obviously had a gut full of the Middle East and wanted to come home and friggin'.
I think it was more he wanted to come home.
He gets
family.
He gets closer to friggin'. He's right on top of his family and all his parents and shit like that. So
I'll give Dimmy his due. He's only back here because of family.
yeah,
He's only back here because of family, and we all know Dimmy is a very big family man.
yeah, 100%. And let's be honest, fucking, you know, he's married with kids. You know, not like he gets.
Yeah, Mitchell Hughes said it best.
It's not like he gets a say
on Twitter. Carl's scouting range goes as far as ex-Jets players and players that he's coached / played with. Yep.
Pretty well.
They may as well just rename the club the Western Sydney Jets.
But yeah, so it is what it is. Friggin', I was looking so forward to friggin' the opening first game of the FA Cup friggin' being played down here, and I was going to go watch it. Now I got stuck down with this shit. God knows when the fucking FA Cup's going to get up and running. No idea what's going to happen. They're going to restructure. Guarantee you they restructure it, and friggin' New South Wales teams will play New South Wales teams. Friggin' Adelaide teams.
They already have.
Friggin', have they? There you go. So all the fixtures that friggin' were drawn out and shit like that are all going to be friggin' right to shit and redone.
We're looking at you, Sydney.
Yeah, you bunch of retards. How shit has it been friggin' in Sydney right now? Friggin' Melbourne in fucking 200 and something cases.
And guess what? You've done it once and you're already complaining. We've had to do it 6 times.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so anyway, we're going to leave it there. Friggin' enjoy your European football. Football is back. Good luck to Messi on friggin' your next adventure. Friggin' wherever the fuck that may be. Most likely PSG, but wherever the fuck it may be. It's not confirmed, so anyway. Friggin', yeah.
Who are you, We Eight Coast Scum?
Who are we?
No, who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hate Coast Scum, yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, so, yeah, be sure to jump into that footy tip and comp, guys. I'll whack it on Facebook again, and I'll whack it on my page, etc.
No, that's the clip.
Yeah. Get that out. The biggest thing is I don't really know too many Chelsea fans, so friggin' they'll be quite happy with that. I know way too many friggin' Arsenal fans, way too many friggin' United fans.
We know way too many Tottenham fans.
Yeah, plenty of Tottenham fans. They won't be happy with my tip with that.
So hang on, what do we know? We know Tottenham, Arsenal, United. That's it?
Liverpool, Evertonians.
Liverpool. Yeah, I don't know any Evertonians.
No, fair enough.
And if I do, I pretend I don't.
Newcastle. No, fucking plenty of two.
Oh, yeah, got a couple of mates
Heaps of two fans. Two army. Leeds, fucking plenty of Leeds fans.
Plenty.
Anyway, guys, we'll catch you guys next time. Be sure to go check us, obviously, all over friggin' the social medias. Friggin' go like the Facebook page. Go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Big shout out to, obviously, one of the guys who jumped on and subscribed to the YouTube channel the other day. Can't remember exactly who that was, but thank you anyway. Muchly appreciated, as always. You can find all our content on Spotify, Anchor, and Apple.
Ladies and gentlemen, he got it.
It's written down just in front of me here.
Oh, you cheeky shit. How do I log into this shit?
Be sure to go and check out our Discord as well, on Benno's side as well. Be sure to go check that out. Be sure to go check out our major sponsor as well, Gabriel Ma Optometrist at Jesmond. Probably don't go down there at the moment because it's a fucking COVID hotspot. Stay at home. Stay the fucking home, as that song was that's booming around Facebook at the moment by friggin' a few of Australia's best friggin' musos at the moment. Get onto it.
Get on the beers.
Get on the beers. Stay at home. Do the right thing, guys, friggin' honestly, so we can get the fuck out of this shit, back into some normal humanity. I can get up to Newcastle and friggin' party on with all you guys up that way. And other than that, guys, stay safe. We hate Coast Scum as fucking always. I'll play it right now.
We hate Coast Scum.
Absolutely, we do. Kevin Muscat had a 2-2 draw. He had a draw second game. There you go. I knew he was playing when we started. So 2-2. That's right, undefeated. Winning. Happy days. They were a much stronger side than the fucking side they played. But anyway, we'll catch you guys next time. If we don't see you before the start of the Premier League, good luck to everyone's team out there. If you support the championship, like freaking Benno and myself, freaking good luck to you guys already in the league as well. And all the other leagues around the world that you freaking watch in and binge on, freaking because, football is king. And whatever it is, I watch it. So.
And for those that aren't Josh, don't forget to sign up with your membership for Paramount Plus. Because that starts this week.
The 11th. The 11th, friggin'. Oh, that was the other thing. Fuck, and then the last thing I forgot to say was friggin' who got their memberships? Who renewed their memberships? Friggin', look at that, eh? Everyone, hey!
I did.
Friggin', so get on it. Start getting your membership sorted. Friggin', if he's weren't members last year or whatever it was, which we'll let slide somewhat. A heavy COVID scenario and shit like and what have you. Worst case scenario, guys, just get on a smaller pack. You know what I mean? Like, just get on a smaller thing or whatever it is. General admission, shit like that. It's like fucking $100.
You can only afford supporters membership. Go supporters membership.
Yeah, 100%. Get on it.
I go supporters because I'm interstate.
Whatever it may be, do the right thing.
Still get all the benefits.
Get behind the club. Friggin', we're looking good, this guys. If you haven't seen the video from friggin'.
Nate's doing some fucking cracking work though.
Yeah, he's doing well. If you haven't seen some of the videos from the Jets as well, friggin' be sure to go check it out. Go give them guys a friggin' bit of love on the YouTube side as well. He's up and revamped that shit.
He started from scratch.
Yeah, Newcastle Jets friggin' YouTube channel there. So that's booming as well. So get onto that as well. And obviously, big ups to obviously the coaching staff and everything else going there. Pappas laying down the law the other day. I seen on YouTube as well, friggin' virtually taking what it takes and what you guys, where they need to be at, and what they're chasing for this season, which is obviously top tier, top of the table. So, big ups to the Jets. Get on the memberships if you haven't done so. Go and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so. Subscribe to mine as well. It'd be great. And other than that, guys, we will catch you guys next week. Enjoy your football over the weekend. We'll speak to you guys later on. See you guys.
Crow.